Why does my cockatoo play with buttons? And here is the button story. A long time ago, when Coco first came here, I was trying to solve the feather clipping issue. If you don't already know, Coco snips pieces of her feathers and plays with them. She puts them under her other feathers, on her tail, or she uses them to preen with. Anyways, a woman told me that I should give her beads to play with. So she had bowls and bowls of beads to play with. But then I'd see her and they get stuck in her mouth. It's like they were getting caught and she was starting to swallow them. So that was bad. And then one of my followers suggested buttons. But then the buttons weren't big enough, like they get locked in her beak somehow. So anyways, I threw away the button idea. It was no good anymore. And then, of course, we ran into the trouble of her swallowing things she shouldn't. I eventually had to take every single thing away that she could take a piece of and swallow. That includes toys. That happened about a year and a half ago. So I was desperate to find something for her to play with because I felt so bad for her. So then I went back to the button idea and I looked on Amazon for bigger buttons. And these were perfect. You can see this game where she has the button and she's placing it flat against the cage door, which is strange, but she loves it. But the more interesting thing is how she puts them in her feathers. You'll often see her putting the buttons on her back and then start preening her feathers with them. And that is called anting. If you don't know what anting is, one of the theories of anting is birds will pick up fire ants and pinch them and put them under their feathers as a sort of an analgesic effect. That's the theory that makes more sense to me. Who knows? I think it could be a hormonal thing too. I'm not sure. Other people say that their birds will take things and hide them in their feathers, like food or toys. Sometimes birds will take their molted feathers and put them back in. Coco will not just do that with buttons and pieces of her feather, but she'll also take food and put it on her back. The food will roll off, and then she'll get another piece of food and put it on her back. It definitely helps with keeping the feather picking as minimal as possible, but she'll always do that. Here we are in November, and she's still got all her feathers. Well, most of her feathers. She has some great wing feathers and a full tail. Normally, those are gone by January, so let's keep our fingers crossed.